Hi everyone. So this week we're going to work on balance. Now before we begin, let's do a little bit of a breathing exercise called three-part breath or Dirga breath in Sanskrit, Dirga. That involves the belly, the ribs, and the chest. It's an excellent breath for relaxation, for calming down, but I also just read that it actually strengthens the lungs. So I thought it would be a good thing for us to work on a little bit today. So this is how it works. Take a deep breath. Maybe bring a hand to your belly, a hand to your chest, and of course your hands don't have to stay here. But let's begin with them. You're going to take a deep breath and fill your belly. Actually feel it expand with your hand. And then let that breath come into your ribs. And then fill your chest. Exhale in reverse order. From the chest, from the ribs, and from the belly. Maybe even a little squeeze to get that last bit of breath out. Squeeze the belly. All right, so let's do a few of those. Inhale into the belly, and then the ribs, and then the chest. Feel your chest get broader. Feel your ribs expand out on all four sides. Exhale, chest, ribs close down, belly squeezes. Again, into your belly, into your ribs, into your chest. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Again, inhale into your belly, your ribs, your chest. Hold, exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Let's do one more. Belly, ribs, and chest. Fill it up. Exhale, chest, ribs, and belly. Now another way that you can do the three-part breath is just one part at a time. So fill your belly with the breath, feel it expand, and then let it go. Bring your hands to your ribs. Now breathe just into the ribs. And exhale. And inhale. Try and exhale through your mouth. Again. And now the chest. So there's also two ways to exhale through the mouth. One is wide open mouth, like a big O. And the other is with pursed lips, like so. Or like you would, the formation of your lips if you were blowing bubbles. All right, so give those a try. Maybe do those a couple of times a day. Let's begin with balance. So, notice that I don't have a mat because it's actually better to balance on a wood floor because it's more stable. There's no squishiness as you would find with a mat or a rug. So, wood floor, and we're going to use a block, so get your block, and then come to your mountain pose. Two important things are needed for balance, for any balancing pose, from the simplest to the more advanced. The first thing is that you have a tight core, a nice, strong core. Feel like you have on a wetsuit and you're going to zip that wetsuit up. That's your nice, tight, strong core. And the second thing is that you're in alignment. So your shoulders are right over your hips. And we usually say to pick a focal point at eye level, something that's not moving on the wall in front of you, because that keeps your head in the position that you need in the right alignment for balancing. So your chin is parallel with the floor, your ears are drawn back so that they're over your shoulders. If you stand sideways, your alignment should look like this. Shoulders right over hips, chin parallel, ears drawn back. And that is the key ingredients to being able to do the balancing poses. Notice what happens if you let your shoulders fall forward and if you let your head, this is the worst pose for your head, which is something I have a tendency to do, stick my chin down and out. You've got that whole 11 or 12 pound head that's just going to cause you to fall off balance. Okay, so your head, your skull has to be balanced on top of your spine. And let's begin with a simple balancing pose. Lift your arms, clasp your hands together, turn them inside out and bring your palms to the ceiling. Now shift your weight into your left leg and lean over to the left. Come back to center. Lean over to the left again, and this time just lift your right foot up off the floor. Very simple balancing pose. You can pulse your right foot, pulse your leg, but it's a good pose. It works on your balance. Helps your balance get better. Come on back to center. Let's try that over to the right. So lean over first, shift your weight into your right leg, and then come back. And take a breath, exhale, lean over again, and this time lift your left leg and maybe pulse. Come on back to center. Take a big inhale, exhale, arms down. Then take your block. Put it between your feet. Shift your weight over into your left leg again. Bring your right toe onto the block. Your arms anywhere that helps you with your balance. In an upright V position, airplane arms, whatever works for you. Now lift your knee and then just tap your toe to the block. Lift your knee, tap your toe. Lift your knee, tap, lift, and tap. Now this time lift and extend, bend, and tap. Lift, extend, bend, and tap. Lift, extend, bend, and tap. Stand on your block with your right foot and let your left foot come up as if you had two blocks, as if there were a block underneath that left foot. Swing your leg right alongside your block, maybe in front of your block, and maybe behind, and maybe alongside again. And then step down, both feet to the floor. Take a breath. Now shift your weight over into your right leg. Bring your left toe onto the block. Lift your knee, tap your toe. Lift your knee, tap your toe, lift your knee, tap, lift, and tap. Lift and extend, bend and tap. Lift, extend, bend, and tap. Lift, extend, bend, and tap. Foot to the block, stand on the block, and lift your right foot, bend the ankle so that imagining you have two blocks that you're standing on, And then just swing that leg alongside the block. Remember your tight core. Remember your head position. And pick a spot for your eyes to lock onto. That's called your drishti, your focal point. In front, in back, alongside again. Whoop. And step down. Take a breath. You can push your block off to the side. Come back to your mountain pose. And then let's try crane. So lift your arms to a T position. Shift your weight over into your left leg again. Nice tight core. Lift your right knee. And then just bend and straighten your left leg. And you can wave your arms around like a crane. And step down. Take a breath. Shift your weight over into your right leg. Lift your left knee and lift your arms. And then again, bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Nice tight core. Pull your belly back to your spine. And foot to the floor. Take a big inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Just let your head dangle. Let this be a nice restorative pose. Take a breath. And then come on up. So now let's do a little balancing in Warrior One. All right, so take a big step back with your right foot. Now it can land on an angle, a slight angle, or it can face forward. Either way. Let your hips be even and facing forward. Bend into your left knee. Lift your arms. Come to temple pose. So your hands are clasped and the index fingers are extended and touching. And then lean over to the right. Come back, lean over to the left. Come back, over to the right. So again, you need your tight core here. You need your shoulders right over your hips. And let's just make a little adjustment with the hips. Tuck your tailbone under a little bit. Your right leg still stays straight, but you've got a little bit flatter back, and your shoulders are a little bit more accurately right over your hips. Sink into your left knee. Just do it again. Right and left, right and left. So that requires balance too. Bring your arms down, step your foot forward, take a breath. Let's do the other side. So step back, big step back with the left foot. Hips face forward. A little tuck under of the tailbone. Lift your arms, clasp your hands to temple pose. Sink into your right knee. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. Lean to the left. Lean to the right. One more left. One more right. And drop your arms, step your foot forward. Now another one that's part of the Warrior series, Warrior 3 or Balancing Warrior, bring your hands to prayer position. Shift your weight into your right leg. And then slowly let the left leg come up to hip height and the upper body come down into a T position. Now you could stay right here with your hands in prayer, or perhaps airplane arms. Your gaze is straight down at the floor. You can bring your arms overhead. A little more challenging. Keep your left leg lifted. And come on back. Take a breath. Notice what arm position might have worked best for you. Shift your weight into your left leg. Bring your hands to prayer. Same thing. Right leg slowly floats up to hip height. Upper body comes down to a T position. Pick your hand position, whatever is going to help you with balancing, and then hold. Keep the right leg lifted. Try to relax the toes on your left foot. Wiggling around is okay. The body has to make adjustments. You're asking it to stand on one leg. And slowly come back up. Take a big inhale and an exhale. And then for our next pose, come to tree. So tree, very important, the core and the alignment. But there's one more thing about tree. So shift your weight into your right leg. Position your left foot. Now you can position it next to your thigh, next to your calf, or even with a toe on the floor. If you pick your thigh or your calf, make sure that as your foot pushes into that muscle, that the muscle pushes back. That's the key for tree pose. Keep that left knee out to the side. Notice your shoulders. Notice your gaze. Pick your hand position. Maybe lift your arms and wave them around like a tree does. Tight, tight, tight core. Remember, the muscle is pushing back into your foot. That is the secret to tree pose. Step down. Take a breath. Shift your weight into your left leg. Position your right foot. Remember, the muscle is pushing back. Remember the tight core and the shoulders and the gaze. And then position your arms anywhere you like. Here, moving or still, shoulder height, airplane arms, or prayer position. Keep that knee out to the right side. See if you can relax your toes. Tight, tight core. Lock your eyes on that focal point. Push the muscle back into your foot. And release. Back to center. Take a big inhale. Exhale. Dive forward. Hold here. Stretch your legs. Stretch your back. Stretch your neck. Take a breath. And come on back to mountain pose. So the next two are my two favorite poses in yoga. First one, balancing half moon. So take your block again and position it on a diagonal out from your right foot. About 6 or 8 inches out. Come on up. To your mountain pose. Bring your hands to prayer. Shift your weight over into your right leg, just as you did a moment ago in balancing warrior. Lift your left leg, let it float up. Now as you come to your T position, you're going to bring your right hand to your block. Keep your left leg lifted. And then your left arm comes out and up. And as it does, it turns your chest to the side wall. So you're looking right at the side wall. You're picturing a straight line from wrist to wrist. Both legs are straight. Your hips are stacked and your shoulders are stacked. And then you're just going to position your head. So you can look straight at the side wall. You can look down if you have any neck issues. Or you can look up toward your left hand. Balancing half moon. Pretty pose. And then just bend your leg, come back, and slowly up to mountain pose. And let's just do that on the other side. Now this is a great pose to sometimes start off against a wall. So you can lean against the wall until you know the pose, until your body gets the idea of the pose. And then you can move away from the wall and try it in a balancing position. So again, your block is 6 or 8 inches away from your left foot on a diagonal. Come up to mountain pose. Bring your hands to prayer. Shift your weight into the left leg. Let the right leg float up. As you come down, your left hand goes for the block. Both legs straight. And then let your right arm come up and let it turn your chest to the side wall. And you're going to look right at that side wall. You're going to stack your hips. You're going to wrap that left buttock under so that the right hip can stack right on top of it. Same for your shoulders. And then position your head. Balancing half moon. Pretty pose. Come on down. Put the block aside. Take a few breaths here. Just lift your shoulders, roll them back a few times. And then the last one we're going to do is King Dancer. Another one of my favorite poses. So, shift your weight. I think I'll start on this side. Shift your weight into your left leg. And then grab your right ankle. Now let the knee come back so that it's next to the other knee. Those two knees can touch right against each other. Hold on to your ankle, flex it, and then begin to lean forward, lifting the right foot up so the sole of your foot is coming toward the ceiling. Both legs are straight. I'm sorry. Left leg is straight. And your left wrist is flexed. See if you can lift that right foot a little bit higher and gaze forward. Get your core going for you here. And come down. Breathe. Let's go to the other side. Bend your left knee, grab the ankle, bring the knee back close to the other one, and you can flex your right wrist right now as you start to lean forward, and you flex that left ankle so the sole of your foot is heading up toward the ceiling. And you gaze forward. Nice strong core, nice strong right leg. Maybe relax the right toes. Maybe lift the foot a little bit higher. And come on back. Lift your shoulders. Take a breath. So you notice very often one side is better than the other on any given day. Some days, not so good. Other days, both sides are working. So, you just accept whatever is going on that day. So let us end our balancing practice there. Bring our hands to prayer. And just close your eyes. Notice the soles of your feet, connecting with the earth. Notice your breath. Full inhale, full exhale. And then bow your head and honor yourself. And let us honor each other. Namaste. Have a great day.